Hi, and welcome back. Today's episode is about one of the most common and most emotionally charged parts of step family life, and it's conflict. Let's face it, conflict isn't just possible in step families, it's inevitable. But here's what I want to offer you today: conflict doesn't have to be chaotic, it doesn't have to feel like a failure, and it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I worked with a stepmom. Let's call her Leah. She was newly married, had two stepkids, and found herself constantly arguing with her partner about discipline. He wanted to avoid conflict with his kids. She wanted structure. Every conversation felt like a power struggle. And the result? She shut down. He got defensive and the distance between them grew wider. What they really needed wasn't to avoid conflict, it was to learn how to stay connected through it. That's the heart of today's message. Conflict isn't the enemy, disconnection is. Let's start with this. If it matters, don't text it. I get it. Texting is easy. It lets us avoid the awkwardness. But in emotionally charged moments, a message that was meant to be neutral can become cold or critical. Think about this example. You and your partner disagree about bedtime routines. You text, "Can you please put the kids to bed at 8 tonight like we agreed?" And suddenly it spirals. He reads it as a command. You feel unheard. He feels controlled. And you're both annoyed before the night even started. Instead, imagine this conversation in person. "Hey, I know we've been juggling a lot lately. I'd love to talk about the bedtime routine and see if we're still on the same page." Big difference, right? Whenever you can, especially for boundary setting, co parenting logistics, or emotional topics, have the conversation face to face or at least over the phone. That human connection matters. Next up, listen to understand, not to defend. And this is tough, especially when you feel like someone is being unfair, rude, or just plain wrong. But empathy doesn't mean agreeing, it means being curious. Here's a great example. Your stepdaughter says, "You're not my real mom. You can't tell me what to do." Ouch. That stings, right? Your instinct might be to shut it down or say something like, "I'm just trying to help here." But what if you said, sounds like you're really upset. Want to tell me what's really going on?" Empathy opens doors. It doesn't mean you abandon your boundaries. It means you meet the emotion before you address the behavior. And when your partner is the one you're disagreeing with, the same rules apply. Listen for what's underneath the reaction. Ask, "What's important to you about this?" before defending your point. Now, let's talk about one of the hardest shifts, especially when we feel criticized: choosing vulnerability over defensiveness. So, I'll share a personal story here. Bernard and I are doing our RV trip right now, doing the upper half of the US. And let me tell you, living in close quarters on wheels brings up plenty of opportunity to quote unquote practice conflict resolution. Driving is our classic conflict zone. We've had to set some hard boundaries. No cell phone while driving. Focus on the wheel, on the road, especially when driving in curves. No hanging out in the left lane forever. But then we hit those gray areas, like how fast is too fast, or whether I should be helping from the passenger seat. You know what I mean. Instead of snapping or withdrawing, we've learned to say things like, "Hey, I know you're focused, but I'm feeling nervous right now. Can you slow down a little bit?" It's not easy, but vulnerability changes everything. It makes room for understanding instead of escalation. Here's the final one, and it's powerful. Let go of blame and embrace teamwork. In step families, it's so easy to fall in whose fault is this mode. But blame shuts down solutions. What works better? Collaborative language. Instead of you always take their side, try something like, "I feel stuck in the middle sometimes. Can we talk about how we handle these situations together?" Another example, instead of "you never back me up," say something like, "I'd love to feel like we're a team when it comes to house rules." Your goal isn't to win the argument, it's to win the relationship. You're not going to get this perfect every time. I know I don't. And my clients don't. No one does. But conflict can be a teacher, a mirror, even a healing opportunity if you stay open, curious, and clear about your needs. So the next time conflict shows up, ask yourself, how can I protect my peace and stay connected? That's what navigating with grace looks like. Now, if this episode spoke to you, I've got two resources I'd love to share. First, head to stepmomcoach.com and sign up for the Stepmom Resource Library. It's free and packed with helpful guides, checklists, and tools to support you on this journey. Second, if boundaries are your growing edge, check out the Stepmom's Boundary Blueprint, available in paperback and instant download. It's one of the most powerful tools I created for stepmoms who are ready to stop people pleasing and start leading with intention. The links will be in the show notes. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. Remember, you don't have to fix every conflict, but you can meet it with grace, groundedness, and a whole lot more confidence. I'll see you next time inside the Stepmom's Wisdom Circle.